Another beautiful day on this journey, on the journey of SR, transforming, renewing, becoming new. Listen, man, this journey can get hard a lot of times. This journey gets super hard. But I just want to talk this morning and just get reignited and just get refocused, because you may have relapsed. You might be a couple weeks in and the urges are just hitting you like crazy. You might be a couple months in and you might be getting stagnant. You might be getting bored. You might be, that little thing's creeping in your mind where all you want to do is just release. All you want to do is watch some porn. Man, it's never worth it. It's never worth it. This journey holds everything that we want. This journey holds everything that we want to be. And so, yeah, we're going to go through some darkness. We're going to go through some really hard times. But we have to remember, we have to come back to ourselves. I think what's important in this journey is a lot of self-reflection, a lot of time to ourselves, a lot of time in silence. You know, where we don't get lost in any stimulation. We don't get lost in distractions. We can just be real with ourselves and just realize that this journey holds the keys for everything we want. And that even if you were to give in to that little bit of pleasure, and it's only a little bit, it's crazy how that's all we can think about, when in reality it's going to be like a 10-second feel good, and then it's over. And then you feel like shit, even worse, you know? And so, and just think, man, after you do it, like just the mindset you get into, you know, the guilt, the shame, it all comes rushing in. And the feelings of failure and like you'll never get this thing. You know, I hate that feeling, dude. Like I'm never going to get this thing. But you are. We all are. We just got to keep trying. So even if you have relapsed, the best thing you can do is just get back on the horse. No binging. Get back on the horse. You won't lose that much. You just got to keep going. This is a process, man. There's going to be relapses. There's going to be failures. There's going to be all kinds of stuff, you know? But we can't overthink. We can't get in too much in our minds, you know? One slip isn't a total derail. One slip isn't a total write-off. You know what I mean? Get back on the horse. There's still progress there. There's still fire there. You know what I'm saying? And man, if you've been on this journey for weeks or months, keep at it, man. Bring back the intensity. Bring back the fire. You know? Sit with yourself. Don't get stagnant. Don't get too rigid in your routines. You know? Take time to sit with yourself, to sit with your emotions and your feelings, sit with your energy. Do some breath work, circulate that energy, you know? Listen for your inner intuition to see what your next step is, what your next move is. Or if you need to be patient and let the alchemy happen, you know? But I know for me, I've been on multiple month streaks and a 6-month streak as well. And one of the biggest things I was missing was the alchemy part, was the sitting with my emotions, sitting with my feelings, sitting with my energy and letting things transmute, letting things alchemize. You know what I'm saying? We turn negative into positive, you know? We turn nothing into gold. And so, just want to encourage you, man. If you're struggling right now, keep going. Post in the comments where you're at. If you're struggling with anything, what you're going through, you know, positives, negatives, whatever, how far you're along the journey. But just keep going, man. I know it gets hard. I know it can feel really isolating. It can feel really frustrating, irritating, a lot of tension and pressure. But man, that's the fuel that's going to launch us. I know it's uncomfortable, man. It's so uncomfortable. That's why this journey is so hard. That's why everybody makes fun of you. You see in the comments, people hop in, you're gay, you know, semen retention. Oh, you like semen, you know? Dude, some of y'all are crazy, man. I had one the other day. It was like, you strike me as the type of fellow that, you know, likes other semen or something like that. Or like boosts your own reserves by taking other semen. I don't know. It was something weird like that. But basically that I like other people's semen. It was weird, man. But dude, like there's so much hate on this journey, bro. There's so much hate on SR. And it's because it's so hard, dude. It's because people try it. People go people go for maybe a couple weeks or something like that, and like, man, it was so hard. There's no way it can be the way, you know. But dude, with all the conditioning, it's okay, baby. With all the conditioning, oh, thank you. Okay, now you're my daughter. With all the conditioning of society, all the stimulation we're used to, all the distraction we're used to, it's going to be really hard, dude. We're breaking so much programming, and that's why this thing takes time. That's why you got to give yourself time. Don't be so hard on yourself if you relapse. Don't be so hard on yourself if you slip up, if you edge, that kind of stuff. Yeah, we're trying not to do that, you know what I mean? But it's better to accept yourself and love yourself through that kind of stuff than to beat yourself up and go through a huge ass binge, dude. That's the bottom line. And so, yeah, I just want to talk a little bit this morning. Just get refocused and just get refired up, and just remember that this is the truth, man. This is everything, this journey. You know what I'm saying? And so, if you're at a place where it's getting boring, it's getting stale, it's getting stagnant, and you're like, man, I don't really feel anything going on anymore. Try something new, man. The best thing you do is just sit with yourself for a while. Find some time to meditate, to reflect, smoke a cigar, and just chill, and just kind of analyze your inner world. Sit with your inner world. Whatever comes up, don't judge it. Just sit with it. Let it alchemize. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just get too busy with our outward routine. Sometimes we get too busy with things going on outside of us and distractions and what we got to do for the day. We forget to sit with ourselves. We forget that the inner transformation, the inner process is the most important. You know, once you go through your inner stuff, once you start facing the darkness, and once you start alchemizing all your negative emotions and stuff like that, that's where the real energy comes. That's where energy is freed up to be put into new endeavors. That's where we feel lighter and freer. And that's where life is going to transform. But that's the place that we're afraid of, man. It's just sit there. It's to sit there in the silence. To let the silence teach us. Let the silence bring up things that we need to face. So, man, I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming here and listening to me talk. And for keeping me motivated on the journey as well. I just thank you guys for your comments and for keeping me on track too. You know, we're all on the same level with this thing. You know, we're doing the best we can with what level of consciousness we're at. You know, and we're all brothers in this thing. You know, there should be no, this is the only way, you got to do this or you're gay or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all, there's a different path for all of us, but we can come together and support each other. You know what I mean? And so I love you guys. Take care. Have a good one.